So hi everyone, welcome back to our Dream Job channel where we talk about DSA and interview related stuffs in very simple and easy way. As we all know that DSA is very important when coming to product based interviews or startup interviews. But the problem here is we blindly solve questions on internet instead of following some patterns. As I am already on Instagram where I share about DSA content in short and crisp manner, there I got a lot of requests, why not to start YouTube where I can share the DSA patterns. So I thought it might be helpful. So with the same pattern and new modification, I am here to help you with the DSA pattern series, and today is the very first video of it. Stay tuned till the last of the video and I promise you that you won't regret to watch this video till the end. So with this, let's begin with the today's series. Today we will discuss how to identify pattern in a sliding window. So the very first is fixed size window, which is nothing but subarray or substring. So in an array of integer or string, when you take a part of it, continuous part of it, it is called subarray. Let's suppose this is our array, and if you are taking this part, this is called subarray. And this is nothing but it is also called a window of size 2, as the length of this subarray is 2, so we can call it window of size 2. So whenever in the problem you have been given to calculate the maximum or average of subarray where the length k is fixed, so you can blindly go for sliding window with fixed size window. So what is this and what we do and how we actually solve the problem related to this? So let's see with this particular example. Here you have been given an array and you have been told to calculate the maximum average for k size subarray. So you can see the subarray elements as this, and it is asking you for k is equal to 4, means you are allowed to take 4 size window and you have to give the maximum average for that. So the basic thing which comes to our mind is ki okay, the very first what we can do is we will take this very first 0th index, first index, second index and third index value, because the length of 0 to 3 is nothing but 4. So we can say the very first is first window of size k, right? Okay. Now our task is to calculate average, because the question is asking you to give the maximum average of it. So for maximum, so we can explicitly take a max variable, and meanwhile iterating in that we can take a maximum of it. But the main task is to calculate the average of the subarray first. Okay, so first window we got. So what we will do, we will simply do 10 plus 12 minus 5 minus 45. Okay, and whatever the summation it gives, we will simply do divide by 4 to get the average. And in the maximum variable, we can keep a maximum of it. For the second window, what you will do, first you started I is equal to 0. Okay, now for the second window, you will start from I is equal to 1 and you will move 1 point ahead, right? So what you did, when you will see, you can say that these 3 parts are still common in both this. In both first and second window, these 3 parts are common. The extra thing you did is you added this 30 and you subtracted this 10, right? So instead of checking for all the subarrays, you basically took one subarray and keep on adding the next value 1 1 and keep on decrementing the leftmost value, right? So that's what the second point says here. You don't need all subarrays, just continuous chunk of length k. The k will always be fixed. So that's what, whenever the problem says you ki give me some summation or maximum for a fixed size window, you can simply start your I pointer from 0th index and j pointer from k minus 1/8 index. Okay, and whatever the value it is telling you to calculate maximum, average, minimum, do that. And whenever it comes to moving one step forward, you will just add on this right pointer value and decrement this left pointer value. So if you want, you can practice these 2 questions which is already available on LeetCode to be better in this. Second pattern is dynamic. Instead of fixed size window, you will be asked to give the maximum length or minimum length of the subarray. Here the fixed size length will not be given to you and you have to calculate based on some conditions. Means the question specifically says you to calculate longest or smallest on subarray or substring. Okay, and satisfying a condition, the condition will be given. So you will be starting your pointer from some point, okay? You will be starting your pointer, let's suppose from here, and you will keep on moving until some condition fails and you will stop there, okay? And you will calculate the maximum length. Then you will decrement from left and then again you will be moving right forward. And here the window size is not fixed, so you have to take care for it. Let's try to understand with this problem here. So the problem says you will be given a number array and your task is to give the minimum length of sub-array whose sum is greater than or equal to a particular target value. So target value is 7, it is given, okay. Now the array values are like this. So what you will do in this, you will start your I pointer and j pointer, let's suppose from the very first index, and you will take a summation variable and you will add this value in the summation variable. And as it is asking key check for the subarray, minimum length we will take care of later, but the subarray which is only valid when the summation of all the elements in the subarray is greater than or equal to the target value. So you are very much sure that until the summation of that subarray value is lesser than target value, you will be keep on moving towards right. Clear till here? Now you will add this 2, you will check if it is less, yes it is less, so you will move on your j pointer to here at 1. You will add this 3 also. Now what will happen? You will add this 3, so total summation will be 5 now. It is still lesser, yes, you will move your j pointer ahead. It is still lesser because it is 6 now, so you will move your j pointer. Now you are here, right? So the summation value is 8, but yes, it is greater than target. So the whatever the length of this subarray is valid now, okay? So now it is valid, and next second task was to check the minimum length, right? So you can, for this you can basically explicitly take a variable called minimum and just do a comparison with minimum, whatever the present at minimum, and okay, minimum length and this current. And for the current length, what you will do, j minus I plus 1. I think you know this part better, right? Because we are starting 0, 1, 2, 3, we are starting from here and j was 3 when this condition valid. So what we will do, 3 minus I 0 plus 1. Then only it comes 4, which is a valid length, okay? And in the minimum, we will just keep on tracking the minimum length till now. So here are those 2 questions. You can practice from this pattern. I hope it will be clear after that for sure. Now the third pattern is substring or subarray character frequency condition. Means here also the length will be dynamically vary. But along with that, the question will explicitly ask you for the frequency count or something where you have to explicitly keep a hash map as well to count the frequency for a particular size of window, okay? So whenever the question asks you to give at most k distinct character or all character appear same number of times or something like that, then you can think of sliding window and with hash map, okay? Let's try to understand with this problem. Here the problem says S1 and S2 as 2 string you have been given and you have to return true if S1 is a permutation of S2. First, what is permutation? Permutation means AB. So for AB can also be the permutation or BA can also be the permutation of it. Permutation means order does not matter, means if let's suppose 1, 2, 3 is given, so 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3 and so on can be possible. Basically, the permutation says the characters present in the permutation should exactly match to the actual number, okay? Okay, so here it is not asking you for, the length size window, but what it is asking you, you have been given S1 is equal to AB, okay? And S2 is equal to EIDBAOOO, okay? So basically you have to check in which part if S1 permutation is in S2 or not. If it is, return true, if it is not, return false. So first thing you also know that if you have to take care of the permutation of S1, then the length of this S1 you have to keep on tracking in the S2 with the same length, right? And if in case the length of S1 is greater than S2, means let's suppose it is saying ABC and S2 has only AB, that the length is not capable enough, so you can surely return false there, right? So in such type of problem, with what we move ahead, you know that this is the AB character of 2 length, right? So as a think like a noob, with what you will start? You will start from the very first two character of S2 and you will check does this and this same. Why I said hash map you have to use? Basically it says the permutation, right? So it can be BA also in S2 and AB in S1, right? So if you will match AB and BA, the character, it will return false for you. So for this you have to explicitly check a map where it will say for A it has 1, for B it has 1. For S2 also map will say A it has 1, B it has 1. So now it will match the map. So basically instead of character matching, you have to do a hash map matching here. Now what will you do? What you will do, you will add this extra. Let me do zoom here for you. What you will do in the hash map, you will add this D character because it was not there. So D with 1, and as you are moving ahead, so you will remove this. So whatever the E value, so earlier we have, so for E we have 1 and for I we have 1. So what we will do, we have to remove E, right? So we will just first decrement the counter, and if it is 0, we will remove this E. So in our hash map, for the second we have D1 and I1, which is valid also because we are checking these two now, E, ID. I hope it is clear. We are saying ki we will be choosing these two, ID, right? So this is what we are supposed to do as far as we will be moving on, but this we will only do this with S2. With every 2 part we'll check, and S1 will remain same, and hash map of S1 also will remain same. So with the same pattern you can try these two questions, you can practice these, and this pattern will also be clear. I hope you understood this pattern also. Now let's move on to the fourth one, which is the last one type of sliding window pattern. Here in this type of pattern, you will be given an array and number of elements will be there, and basically you have to go for the maximum length, but following some condition here. Now let's see how it is different from the earlier one which we have discussed till so far. Let's try to understand with this question what I meant to say. You are given a string, right? You are given a string A, B, A, B, B, A. Okay. Now K is 1. Basically you have been given a maximum number of operation you are allowed to do in S. What is that operation? You are free to remove some character. So let's suppose we are free to remove B character and make it A. Now what? So you can say now A appears for 4 times, right? And these are same. So you can say these are same for length 4. That's what the question is asking for. Question is saying return the length of the longest substring containing the same letter you get after performing the above operation. And the operation is you can choose any character of the string and change it to any uppercase character you want, such that the maximum length of the subarray contains the same character, which we did here. We removed B, we replaced to A, and we got A for 4 times, and this is what we will get as an answer, ki maximum length is 4. Okay, so what can be the approach here? So this is a string you have been given, right? So what you will do, you will keep a pointer from here and you will add in a map. Okay, map says we have 1. Okay, now you will keep on moving, you will add in a map until your map differs. Like it says na ki you have to keep a single or a unique character. So basically as of now you have unique character only. Now you have B also, right? So you can say in map you have B also. So here you can say ki how can we actually check ki the number of elements coming inside it, like different elements, is lesser than the K operation, means which we are allowed to perform. So let's suppose what I meant to say, we have A, B, C. Okay, for A we have same, we don't need to replace to anything. Okay, now we came to B and we check we have K is equal to 1, means we have authority to change or replace this B character to whatever I want. So I would like to convert it to A. Okay, now our K is equal to 0 after this. Now when I go to C, I can say ki yes, it is different, but I have no more operations left, so I can't replace it. So as of now we have only 2 elements, so we can say ki maximum length is 2. This is what the question is expecting. So for this obviously we need to take care of map, but how? So here we can say ki we have different elements in map. So what we will do, we all know ki how we will decide ki we have to change or convert A into B or B into A, right? So what till this part, if you will see, what is our greedy approach? Key, take that character whose frequency is less, so that we have to spend minimum number of operation on it, or spend minimum number of k on it, right? So that's what we are doing. So what we will do, we'll keep a track of maximum frequency also in the map, okay? And whatever the length we have covered till so far, which is I is equal to 2, means length is equal to 3. So for 3, when we will subtract the maximum frequency, which is 2, the answer we will get is 1, which is nothing but the frequency of the unmatched character. And if this one is lesser than or equal to the k we are left with, we can say ki yes, we are allowed to replace, right? So in that case, yes, we are allowed to replace, and we will subtract our k and to 0, and we can calculate the maximum length by I plus 1, and we can simply return. So this is what the approach is. Here we are not here to discuss the whole code, because the main agenda of the video is just to give you the number or different types of pattern in the sliding window. Just to explain you a bit, I thought to discuss problems on each pattern. I hope this was also clear. Following these patterns, you can try both of these problems, which is already available on LeetCode. You can practice to get more confidence in those patterns. So this was all about the 4 types of pattern which I have covered so far, and I have seen in the interviews also. I hope this video was helpful. So don't hesitate to give a thumbs up or subscribe, and please feel free to add your comments in the comment section, or you can say the idea for the next video which you want. So that's all for this video. I hope you liked it. Now let's meet in some another video with some more interesting content as per your recommendations. Till then, keep learning, take care of yourself and your family too.